Hey, I'm Lenny Burton.
And I'm Lawrence Burton.
And together,
we are Octave One.
Troisième et dernier jour au Neopop Festival pour la famille Rinse. On est un petit peu triste que le festival touche à sa fin, mais bon, c'est quand même pour nous l'occasion de rencontrer nos artistes préférés, parmi lesquels un duo qu'on ne présente même plus tellement aux auditeurs de Rinse. C'est cher Octave One qui s'apprête à jouer live à ce troisième jour de Neopop Festival. How are you doing?
We're great, thank you.
So you arrived yesterday in Vienna.
No,
I saw you on a story.
We've been here for about 4 days.
We've been touring.
How was your trip?
Lots of fun.
Yeah. Where have you been?
We started off outside of Berlin, the Nation Festival, Nation of Guayana. Amsterdam, we did Degmento, we did Dream Beach.
Back to Berlin to
play
Tresor.
To Berlin, play Tresor.
Do you have a very favorite place in Europe?
That's a very tricky one. That's too hard to pinpoint.
Too hard to pinpoint.
Yeah.
I guess this is your first Neopop Festival, if I'm right. I'm not sure about
that.
No,
it is not.
No, you already done that?
We played Neopop in 2015. It was also called Anti-Pop, and we played that in 2007, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So this will be the third time, I want to say.
Good to be back here.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Love it.
That festival represents something in particular for you, maybe?
This is a really good festival, especially when you're looking at the water when you're playing. It's all kinds of cool stuff.
Good vibe.
Very good vibe.
Yep.
I mean, really good vibe. Production is top notch.
Everybody's energetic. Just love it.
Yeah, it's a really great festival.
So you were just sound checking for tonight.
Yes.
How was it? Is everything okay for you?
The production, once again, is great.
Sound system. The sound is amazing.
The
sound is amazing.
Yeah, very loud here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness, it's loud.
In France, we have limitations. Here, they don't.
Yeah, it's like, forget the rules. It's been a while since we played something this loud.
The word for tonight is maybe loud.
It will be loud, but we got this vibe in our head that we want to kind of express and channel and get out. So that's what's going to happen for us.
Do you still have a bit of preparation before this?
Each show is different. For this particular one, we were working on stuff maybe the last 4 days. We've been in a hotel. Great view. You just open up the window. You can sit on the patio, but then you got the drum machines and synthesizers, and you're looking at the water, and then it's a different type of vibe. We love to try new things. Yeah. Absolutely love to try new things. So we came up with some things that see how it goes.
Yep. You're getting inspired by the place.
Yeah, maybe? I mean, it's kind of always that way. If we have time when we're someplace, we definitely get inspired by the place.
How could you not?
Yeah,
the sun is coming down, the beach.
You were saying that every show is different.
Oh, absolutely.
Always.
That's just amazing. Very interesting. How much, is it different? Like maybe 50-50? Is there a lot of improvisation maybe? Or is everything
that's
written?
the idea. I mean, so you can feed from the crowd to vibe and everything. We never know what we're going to be dropped into.
And it's always heavy improvisation. I don't know where he's going. He doesn't know where I'm going. And we just kind of follow each other. We'll feel someone kind of breaking out and starting to take the lead. Then the other person kind of fold back, then bring something up. And it switches in and out because we don't practice, so it's always a lot of improvisation going on for sure.
What is the setup for tonight? I heard this is the biggest setup for live at this festival.
It's our regular setup.
Well, we do have a big rig that we always kind of bring. So
it's just what we play on. Whether it be a club festival, it's our rig. Everything that creates sound is hardware.
Are you maybe validating that VST stuff and software, or this is really not your stuff?
No, I mean, we use everything when we create music.
Yeah.
But it's the performance. How we do the performance. We primarily like to have hardware because, for one thing, it's easier to interact with it. We don't have to work with an emulation of something. We can actually work with the real thing. It takes a lot more effort, extremely unpredictable a lot of times.
Sure.
And it makes it easier for us to be spontaneous. We can't be spontaneous with soft. Not us. We tried it one time, and it just didn't work for us. So we were like, okay, we got to go right back. I got to feel some knobs. He has to feel keys and knobs, and we just got to do it that way. It's more fun for us and it's more entertaining.
And do you often update this setup, or is it the same for, I don't know?
Oh, it's always.
It's
a evolution that will probably never stop until we stop. The technology changes. Sometimes we just get bored with pieces. We switch them in and out. There's always something different that we're trying. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But we're always evolving the setup constantly.
And sometimes we're not even trying to evolve it. We might open the cases and it's like, okay, that thing is smashed to pieces. We better come up with something new.
Figure it out.
Literally, and we'll go grab something. We might might get a loaner or something and decide, oh, I like that. Let me go buy that piece once I get home or something of that nature. It's always spontaneous. It's always improv as well, because we don't know.
What would you recommend for, a young producer that would love to get live, like you? What gear buy, a lot of stuff, small stuff, maybe one machine in particular?
Our journey is completely different. We're hardware based because we really enjoy being hardware based. We started off being hardware based. There are so many possibilities with laptops now. Most producers will start with laptops. If you want to go hardware, I definitely suggested the MPC Live is what we actually use 2 of them. We're running something very complex. All of our sounds are individual. We're running something very complex. So we just can't have one machine. That's basically what it is.
So now it's been years and years we're dancing with you. So first of all, thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
Could you just explain how did you started making music, as a family? This is not only the 2 of you. Octavian is much more than that.
Yeah,
it's 5 of us.
5 of us total. We started out DJing first, and it just kind of morphed because this guy and one of my other brothers, they brought drum machines first, and we just started making drum machine songs. It just kind of progressed from there. By us being a family, we're a close-knit family as well, so we just started having jam sessions, and we still have jam sessions, but it's me and him on stage with the jam sessions,
Is making music as a family the best thing on earth?
Not necessarily, no. I mean, it's fun, don't get me wrong. To be honest, it's what I'm used to now. We've been doing it so long together. We're used to each other. You might be jamming on something for a week, and then you let everybody else hear it, and they're like, oh, no, man.
I'm not feeling that.
I
can't feel
I don't
that.
even know what you hear.
That's more honest.
I mean, seriously, it helps because you just snap out of it and say, it can't be as good as I think it is because nobody likes it. So, I don't know if you necessarily call that fun, but it's necessary.
Yeah, it's necessary.
Last year, you released an amazing album, Never on Sunday, and this was the name of your old alias, if I'm right. Why have you decided to come back to that one,
We did Never on Sunday. We actually initially did it for Carl Craig's first label, him and another guy to Detroit, Damon Booker, and we did this alternative, slower track that had nothing to do with dance floor, and it was just us. It was another outlet, and we knew that Carl did a lot more experimental things, a lot more eclectic things, and he was a great person to actually do something with this track. And through the years, we've done many other tracks like that with that name. We decided we wanted to do something that was definitely not dance floor oriented, and it took us 5 years to do this album. It definitely took too long. It was so different than what we normally would do. We go amongst each other. We, the different ideas we throw them back and forth. We change things, and it was very difficult for us to realize when something was finished. That's why it took so long. We kept going back and forth these tracks over and over again, and finally we just had to stop ourselves and say, this is the album.
And do you think you achieved every goal you set to yourself, or not yet?
No, not at all.
Okay, so what's next?
That's the question.
It's always something that we're trying.
You got 5 people with these ideas, and
everybody
we're all trying to put something in so they all come to fruition, for all of us. That's always changing.
It's a moving target.
Do you have any project coming maybe soon or later?
The reason why we did these 2 shows, one was Segmento, and we did a Trésor. We did the first 15 years of our career because we had a compilation that we did back then called The Collective, and we did these 2 collective shows. So when we visited these tracks, even our first record was called I Believe, and many people thought it was a new record. We think it's definitely time for us to revisit a lot of our earlier works. New drum sounds, bringing it more into the era that we're in now.
New touch.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's time for that, and I think we're going to work on that for a while.
Thank you so much. Do you have a new word for Rinse listeners that are loving you so much?
We love France, and France seems to love us. Best places that we play.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, honestly, it is.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.